Hey artists! Today we're diving into the world of hand building with clay. That means no pottery wheels, just your hands, maybe a few tools, and your creativity. You'll learn how to roll coils, create slabs, build pinch pots, and connect clay pieces the right way. We'll even add texture and decorations using additive and subtractive techniques. By the end of class today, you're going to have the skills to start sculpting anything your imagination can dream up. A lot of times we use modeling clay, but today we're going to use Model Magic. The first thing we're going to do is open it up, try to get any of that little leftover clay. Keep the trash just in case you need it to kind of hold your clay steady. And then we're going to wake up this clay. This is going to help prevent cracks later. I'm going to wedge the clay, meaning I'm pressing down and kind of folding the clay or rolling the clay out repeatedly just to remove any air bubbles. Think of kneading bread if you've ever made bread in the kitchen. Just check your consistency. The clay should be smooth and even, and we shouldn't see any cracks. Let's start with a pinch pot. It's one of the oldest techniques in ceramics. Step 1, roll your clay into a ball. It's about the size of a tangerine. You're going to press your thumb into the center. Please make sure that at the bottom, it's about as thick as an Oreo cookie. Using that pinching technique I just showed you with my thumb and then my first 2 fingers, I'm going to pinch and rotate the walls evenly. Again, I'm pinching the walls evenly while I'm rotating. I even like to kind of cup the clay into my opposite hand. As you're pinching, you just want to make sure that you're aiming for that pinky finger or Oreo cookie thickness. If the walls are too thick, it's just going to be really heavy and clunky looking. And if they're too thin, the clay will crack. You can kind of form this pinch pot into any type of contour that you want, but always aim for that pinky finger thickness. Look what happens when I pinch it too thin. It's going to be not very stable, but what I love about clay is it never breaks. You can always just wedge it back into a sphere. Let's all do that now. Next up, coil building. These are like long snake-like pieces that can be stacked to make bowls, vases, or abstract sculptures. First step is we're going to divide up our clay into small chunks. I like to kind of wring the clay out like it was a wet washcloth to break up the clay. Step 2, I'm going to roll with the palms or even my table to create even coils. They should be about a finger thick. Roll as many coils as you can. And I think the common mistake is just having an uneven thickness. I like to roll from the center out, just applying an even pressure. Again, trying to go for that like pinky finger thickness. We can create a slab for the base, more on this soon. Going for that correct thickness. And then if I was using ceramic clay, I would score, meaning making little marks, and then make a little clay glue slip with water. But since this is Model Magic, I can just apply a little pressure and wind and build those coils on top of one another. They are pretty sticky, so just use your pinching fingers to wiggle, apply a little pressure. Oh, that coil was a little too thin. See, it will break. And keep building up your walls. As I'm stacking, I just like to double check that my form is still 3D. So I'm using both of my hands here. Sometimes it's fun to add a little bit of design. So I'm going to use some spheres. Again, about as thick as the point of my pinky finger. And I can stack those little spheres on top to add an extra design. Great practice. Let's go ahead and squish that back into a sphere because it's time to start our third technique, slab building. Slab building uses pieces of clay to build structures like boxes, houses, or walls. Start with a smooth sphere of clay and then press that clay until you get that pinky finger width. Ceramic clay, I would use a roller, but this width is pretty good. With a larger piece of clay, you would use a tool to cut your slab pieces into the shapes that you want, but this is hand building here, so I'll just use my hands to kind of form them into whatever wall shape that I would like. There's an air bubble, should have wedged that out a little bit better. Okay, so to stick these together, again, you could score and slip if you had ceramic clay, but here with Model Magic, we can just pinch these walls together. Using your fingers, smooth out any cracks. and then add as many walls as you want. Too thin, you know that clay is going to wilt and crack. So squish that back together. We're going to try our last technique of adding texture and surface design. This is also called additive and subtractive techniques. First thing is we have to build our form. Here I used a little bit of coiling and a pinch pot to make the sculpture of a little baby mushroom. You can just watch this part, but I'm still using the techniques that were from the video to make my form. With my extra clay, I'm going to make some extra forms that are the width of my pinky finger to applique onto my sculpture. Oh, that trash came in handy. It can help kind of balance your work because it's not dry. So I've got this extra clay. If I was using ceramic clay, I'd score and slip with clay glue on, but here I can just add a little pressure, a little bit of a wiggle to applique or add some clay decorations onto my sculpture. Now, if you want very fine detailed forms, that's okay, as long as they are completely added to that clay body, to that surface. Any part that's sticking out or they're going to be 3D, it's going to break. Okay, so now the subtractive process. Here I'm using the edge of a tool to stamp in designs. I could scratch in designs. That's called subtractive, but just don't go too far because you could rip a hole in your clay. Remember to be gentle, avoid poking holes accidentally or overworking the surface. Always start with a sphere, and anytime that you are building up the walls, remember the pinky finger. Anything too thin will break. A lot of cool techniques here. Just think to yourself, what did you enjoy the most? Well, it felt hard. We know that mistakes are part of the process. It's how we learn, and every artist learns by experimenting. Speaking of experimentation, our next step is to create our own little miniature sculpture. Try to use at least 3 different techniques from today. Think about the overall shape, the form, the surface, the texture, and how your pieces are going to connect. Have fun.